Estamos con uno de los pioneros de la promoción cubana aquí en el sur de la Florida, Luis de Cuba, quien por lo que veo, Juan Luis viene con fuerza de nuevo a llenar el sur de la Florida de boxeo.
We're here with Luis de Cuba, a big-time promoter down here in South Florida. We are expecting a spectacular event tomorrow, and Luis fills up the stadiums. We fill them up. So we're looking for a good, spectacular show tomorrow.
Well, first of all, I want to thank John Brandy Sr., John Brandy Jr., Frank Fury for making this happen. They're the ones that run the Hialeah racetrack. We've been doing that for 4 years with them. Every year it gets a little better. I think this card tomorrow night is the strongest card we've done. I think it's the kind of card that, the undefeated guys fighting undefeated guys. And Pascal and Albali is a real fight. The two guys are coming to fight. They're both got come forward guys, so it's going to be a train wreck.
Le quiero dar gracias a John Fraser Jr., Senior, para este evento. Ellos son los que corren el Hialeah Event Parks. Mañana va a ser un evento muy espectacular, va a estar lleno, muchos peleadores que no han perdido y estamos esperando un espectacular, un show amazing.
Vienen de un evento que acaban de hacer en Tampa también, ahora sí es que en 2018 van a dar un arranque profundo al boxeo aquí en Miami.
We just came from an event in Tampa, 2018. Do you think this is going to be, it's going to take off? You want this to take off in this part of southern Florida?
Well, I first want to thank PBC. They're the ones that, they got shows every Tuesday, they got Fridays, they got Saturdays, and Al Heyman for having the confidence to give us these opportunities for these nationally televised fights. Yes, South Florida is going to play a big role for PBC next year.
Le quiere dar gracias a PBC porque tienen peleas los viernes, los sábados, hasta los domingos. Una gran gracias a Al Heyman y por los shows que ellos ponen. El South Florida va a ser un espectacular y va a ser lo próximo que viene de boxeo grande para que esta área se infiltre con boxeadores y eventos como lo que ellos están haciendo ahora.
¿Tienen ahora aquí conocimiento de aquí boxeador estelar cubano que vengan en eventos próximos?
Do you have any knowledge of any Cuban fighter that's going to be the next big thing in boxing?
To come here and to Hialeah to fight.
Para venir para Hialeah.
Yeah, I do believe that we got a lot of Cuban fighters. There'll be a lot of Cuban fighters fighting here. I know one of the fights we're talking about is Ladon Bartolome against the Mexican kid he's had a draw with. I think that fight, the rematch, is one of the fights we're thinking of bringing here.
Pues sí, Ladon Bartolome es uno de los boxeadores que él está pensando que ha tenido espectacular y quieren traerlo aquí a Southern Florida para que él pelee.
De Cuba, esta es una pregunta que hoy en el mundo boxístico no puede faltar. El sábado van a pelear dos de los más técnicos boxeadores de la actualidad, los más grandes que hay en este momento en el mundo boxístico, que son Lomachenko y Rinaldo. ¿Qué piensa sobre esa pelea y a quién ve favorito para esa pelea?
This is a question we have to ask you. Saturday, two of the best fighters face off in Lomachenko and Rigondeaux. We want to know what your opinions are on the fight, what your takes on it, and who do you think is the favorite to win that fight?
Well, we all know who the favorite is. Lomachenko's the favorite. He's the bigger, younger guy. He's I think a 4-1 favorite right now in the fight. I look at a guy like Guillermo Rigondeaux as one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. So if there's anybody that can do it, it's Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Bueno, todos sabemos quién es el favorito. Ya sabemos que Lomachenko es el favorito, pero Rigondeaux es uno de los mejores boxeadores que están en el planeta ahora mismo. Y si alguien puede hacerlo, va a ser Rigondeaux.
Bueno, a la afición del sur de la Florida, sobre todo a Miami, él exhorta para el futuro que va a tener el Wally en la Florida.
What do you think the future is going to be for boxing, especially here in Hialeah and Southern Florida? What do you see happening?
Well, I see Warriors doing a lot of big things. We're involved with the World Boxing Series right now, the Muhammad Ali Cup, which we have Yanir Dordikos fighting Mario Gassi up in Russia. We have, we're involved with most of the cruiserweight champions, and I do believe that next year, World Boxing Series, Muhammad Ali Cup will be coming to Miami. And I think there's going to be a lot of big shows coming to Miami because I think PBC is very happy with doing shows here. And you got to remember, most of these kids come through Latin America, the Caribbean, and Miami's their base. So Miami's going to always be a base for great fighters, Latin fighters, so you're going to be seeing a lot of great shows.
Van a ver muchos shows espectaculares, están trabajando con Muhammad Ali Cup, están trabajando con PBC. PBC le encanta hacer shows aquí en Hialeah, en Southern Florida, Miami, y esperan unos espectaculares que vengan. Vienen muchos muchachos de Latin America que están jóvenes, tienen hambre para ganar, y ellos están trabajando con Muhammad Ali Cup en PBC Boxing. What else?
We plan to do in South Florida next year a minimum of 4 shows, but it could be 6 shows. But we also plan to do local fights, bring the young kids back. A lot of young, good talent in Miami, good Cuban kids. Like Eduardo Perez, that Ivan Navarro. You know, these young Cuban kids are 4, 5, 6, 7, 0. We're trying to build them into stars, so we're going to be doing a lot of local fights.
Están tratando de hacer muchas peleas locales, están tratando de agarrar a muchachos jóvenes que tienen mucho talento aquí en el Southern Florida y quieren hacer como de 4 a 6 shows el otro año para 2018 y quieren involucrar para que toda la gente venga a ver el talento joven.
Bueno, señores, han visto una persona que ha sido un nombre en el boxeo de la Florida y en el boxeo mundial, un hombre que ha impulsado legendariamente desde los principios, junto con Tito Zavala, el boxeo aquí en la Florida, y que viene con buenos planes para el próximo año, y algo que le agradecemos a Wario, que traiga de nuevo el boxeo a la Florida.
We want to thank you because Louis de Cuba has been a name that's been in boxing for a long time. You bring in positive vibes, and you bring in a lot of young talent to Southern Florida. His name is known, it's very known out there, and he's doing positive stuff, and we want to thank you for that because that is an inspiration for a lot of us.
I'd like to thank you very much, and I'm real happy to do that. You know, I want to follow my mentors, Chris Dundee and Angelo Dundee. They're the ones that started me in boxing. And Chris used to do local shows in Miami Beach every Tuesday, every week. So I want to keep his legacy going and continue to bring shows here, you know, to South Florida and make Miami one of the boxing capitals of the world.
Quiere darle las gracias a Chris y a Angelo Dundee, que fueron los que empezaron el boxeo, lo empezaron él en el boxeo. Quiere traer mucho talento para Southern Florida y quiere ponerlo en el mapa. Y le quiere dar gracias a todos los fanáticos, and especially Chris and Angelo, por empezarlo a él. Thank you so much.
Gracias.
It's a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Gracias.